I'm live. I'm live. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to TNT Joe-Fi Tech News that Jerome Ortega finds interesting, episode 42. How's it going? Um, like full transparency here, I have nothing prepared. Nothing prepared. And I typically don't stream on Fridays, but I figured I'd stream today because I didn't have a chance to stream yesterday. I had a lot of shit going on. Um, and I'll be honest with you guys, this whole coronavirus thing has thrown me off for a loop with everything. Like getting my shit together for work, the news stuff I'm doing, my YouTube channel, all these other things. It's tough because everything's getting shut down. It's getting hard to just move around. Saksham Tiwari, did I say that right? Saksham? Anyway, hey, Saksham, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for making it. Hopefully I can give you something entertaining to talk about. I don't know exactly what yet, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. I had a lot of stuff going on this morning, and so I meant to actually pull a couple stories here and go through things, and hopefully I can do that. So you're gonna have to bear with me. I might just pull stories kind of on the fly here. I know I had some other stuff I wanted to go over, so I'm gonna start pulling some of these up right now. How's everything going? Oh, I did say it right. Well, great. Thanks. I'm glad I said that properly, Saksham. How's everyone else doing? For anyone in the stream, you know how I do. I go through chat. I love doing this because it's a great way to engage with you guys. But how's everybody doing with everything that's been going on? I know it's been a little rough, and by a little, it's probably a lot rough. Just with the whole COVID-19 thing. It's really restricted what I've been able to do. I work on routine, right? Like I am used to having a routine every day. I wake up early, I go to the gym, and I haven't been able to go to the gym for the last 3 days, and it's making me feel like a lazy ass. Like I haven't been eating right, and I've just been like being real lazy about like Brian. What's up, Jerome Jose Ortega? What up, Brian? How's it going, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you guys have been good. Again, Brian, you weren't here earlier when I said it, I don't think, but I really don't have a lot of stories right now. I kind of did this on the fly doing a Friday stream. Actually, I'm gonna kind of sit here and talk to you guys about the future of this channel. This is something I was going to put on Patreon before I came onto stream today, but I literally walked in here 5 minutes ago. And I'm pulling up a couple stories, something that might seem interesting, and I might just stream for a while. And like, this is going to be real casual, and these might start getting more casual from now on. You know, I think it's important to be happy doing what you want to do, and that's where I'm trying to put myself. So let me see here. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry I couldn't make it yesterday. I ended up I was thrown off with everything. This whole coronavirus thing it's such a, I mean, it's obviously a serious issue. And I think it's throwing everybody for a loop. I mean, I don't even know how long I'm going to be at the studio. If things keep going the way they do, because they already started talking about Chicago maybe going on some kind of lockdown. I don't know if you saw that California did. So I know Los Angeles for the next 30 days, you're not supposed to go out unless you're just going out to get essentials. It's crazy though, because did you, Brian, you're from New York, right? Because in New York, I think there's over 5,000 cases, and there's only 400 cases here in Illinois. And out of those 5,000 cases in New York, I think 4,000 of them are in New York City. So yeah, I don't know. Saksham says, yeah, it sucks to be quarantined, been out of routine for the last couple of weeks, but I guess that's how it's meant to be. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's how it is for everyone right now. Everybody's kind of just either working from home. You know what? I feel bad for the people who are working every day still, people who are working at grocery stores or at pharmacies. I just came back from a FedEx office because I had to print some stuff out and scan some stuff. And, it's just these people are pretty much risking themselves to getting this virus, right? For the sake of helping others, staying open and whatever. It's tough right now. It's tough. So, anyway, let me see here. Brian said I worked today also. Slumlord boss. Dude, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's yeah. It's tough cuz the way I see it too, the people that are working, right? The ones that are dealing with people every day, they're usually the people who aren't making a ton of money, and those people who aren't making a ton of money like yours truly probably don't have health care. Um it's a weird place to be in right now. So, tech for your needs. Hello, folks. Hey, man, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I'll just fill you in right now. I don't have a ton of stuff that I prepared for, which is actually weird because I did pull up a bunch of stories. None of it's in order. This is going to be a more casual kind of deal. No, Brian says, what's going on? Tech for your needs says, is this a new schedule for live stream from now on? It might be. I do like 2 p.m. I might move it like half an hour earlier to 1:30 p.m. because at around 3 p.m. or maybe even a little earlier, sometimes my news org is here by then. And, it kind of sucks when I'm streaming and then they come in, and it's not any fault of theirs. It's I need to stream a little earlier because they have a huge show, and I got to let them do their thing. So, but yeah, for now, I've been considering doing a daily stream, like a Monday through Friday kind of deal. I might even do one tomorrow, and just kind of go through news, kind of go through things, engage with the audience, talk to you guys, see what's up. I like doing this, but then I have other plans for my channel, and yeah, again, this is something that I wanted to talk about, maybe here today. I don't know yet, so we'll see. Let me see if there's anything interesting for news today, because again, I haven't really gone through this. You know what? Let me pull up the stories that I already have, and then I'll go through and see some other things. That could be burnout. Yeah, you mean doing a daily thing? No, that totally could be burnout. I just need to figure out how I'm going to do all of this because I'm going to revamp the channel. I love tech stuff, and I it's something that I've been very involved with for many years, but at the same time, it's such an expensive hobby because it is. I mean, let's call it what it is. It's an expensive hobby, right? Like I can't afford to buy a new phone every month or 2 months or even 6 months, right? I mean, now buying a phone a year, making what I make, I work as a freelance photographer, a freelance videographer. The gigs aren't always there, and me trying to be a YouTuber, it's not the easiest way to spend my money. But yeah, let's see here. Brian says I'd be entertained, but don't kill yourself. Yeah, no, I'm not. Trust me. One of my things is to do what I enjoy, and to make sure that I don't put myself in that situation. So don't worry, man. JXT King Droid says, hey man, hey, first of all, JXT, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you coming by. Hey man, I was meaning to ask you, but forgot. What are your thoughts on the Tesla Cybertruck? It's cool. You know what? I know a lot of people when it first came out, they didn't care for it, right? They didn't like the look. I mean, I think it was two ways, right? You loved it or you hated it. I didn't hate it. I guess I was kind of indifferent at first, but I like it, especially for the price point. I think it's a pretty good price point. But again, I live in the city, right? I drive right now. I drive an economy car because I was living in Southern California, and before I lived in Southern California I was only there for about half a year, but I had to buy a car there because when you live in Southern California, it's not a city, right? You still got to drive around. but before that, when I was living here in Chicago, I didn't own a car for like 3 years, 4 years. So like it's a cool truck. Like I would drive one, but I live in Chicago and it's not, I don't think, once I like figure out exactly where I'm staying, because I'm not at a permanent place yet either. I'm kind of like hopping from place to place. And when I find a place, then I'm probably going to get rid of my car. But for now, I just use it because it's easy to get around for now. But yeah, I think it's still cool. I like that Tesla is, they're breaking the mold. They're kind of disrupting, obviously, the fossil fuel industry and trying to go with an alternate method of getting around. And it's nice to see them get into a different sector, right? So now there's going to be a whole new demographic of people who want trucks that can get one electric. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. So let me just pull up the stories that I do have, and guys, feel free to chat or whatever. I'll probably, again, this is more of a casual thing today, so I'll kind of just go back and forth. But I want to show. Oh shit! I got to share my screen first. Share screen. Share this screen. Shared. Okay, so the first story I have here is everything we know about Google's upcoming Pixel 4a. The mid-range image is starting to come together. So this was just 22 hours ago. So yesterday, again, I'm gonna have to look for newer stories today. I didn't have a chance, again, kind of last minute, guys. So thank you again for making the stream. So what will it look like? Between CAD-based renders, in-person photos, and videos, we have a very good idea of what to expect. Let me see these pictures. Is this a new fabric case for the 4A? That's a very small picture. These are all very small pictures. Can I? Oh, okay. Yes, I can enlarge them. It's a thing. This, whatever this backing is, it looks like a fingerprint magnet already, and it kind of looks ugly. I'm not gonna lie. Fabric case looks cool though. Google's fabric cases are always very nice looking, but they're also very fucking expensive. Kind of a sore spot, right? Hey, look, the battery's at 2%. Surprise. just mess it. How do you guys feel about this punch hole here on the top left? Would you rather they just have it in the middle? Would you rather they just had a bezel? I'm kind of indifferent. I think it looks better than the Pixel 4, to be honest with you. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, these are the renders. Are these the renders? Looks cool though. I mean, look at how slim and symmetrical this looks compared to what the Pixel 4 is. It does look better, I think. $400 phone. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be a good deal, but I don't know how good of a deal it's gonna be when that iPhone 9 or the budget iPhone, mid-range iPhone, whatever you want to call it, comes out. I was reading a story. Okay, so some folks in Cuba even managed to get their hands on one for an early review, showing off the phone from almost every angle and giving us a glimpse of the presumably pre-production software. Okay, blah, blah, blah. We've seen this video before, I think, right? You guys seen this video? Why am I not? Okay. Yeah. So I don't know, it looks cool. Physically, it looks something like a love child between the current Pixel 3a and Google's recent Pixel 4, featuring what looks like an all-plastic curved unibody and a Pixel 4 style square camera bump, which still looks like it only houses a single camera. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. Bezels are just about gone as the phone picks up a nearly edge-to-edge screen sporting one of those newfangled hole punch or pinhole designs, with a front-facing camera embedded right beneath the display in the top left corner. Again, one of my big things that I like about it is the fact that it has a rear-mounted fingerprint sensor, something that I am sorely lacking from the Pixel 4 that I have. I don't care for Face ID, although I think Will actually told me that they updated it. And that goes to show how often I use my Pixel 4, because I heard they fixed the issue where you can the phone won't unlock now if your eyes are closed. You got to have your eyes open to unlock the phone. Whether or not that did get updated, I just, that's what someone told me. I think that's what Will told me. I think I have to double check. But if they did fix that, kudos to Google. It only took you It's 5 months. Only took you 5 months to fix a very serious security issue, which also makes me wonder. So if they fix that, right? So now if the phone won't unlock if your eyes are closed, does that mean that they will now support banking apps? Will banking apps support facial recognition to unlock the phone? Like, will Chase be able to do it? Because that's one of the reasons I didn't use a banking app for my Pixel 4, because it didn't use Face ID or facial recognition, right? It didn't use facial recognition, so you had to put your password in there, and I have a long ass password for my banking apps, and obviously you can't use a fingerprint reader because there's no fingerprint reader. And again, it took them 5 months to fix this. That's inexcusable if you ask me. But that's me. $800 phone and you can't even use it properly. So I don't know. Chat. Sorry guys, I'm looking at chat. Tech for your needs. Yeah, it's an expensive hobby. I'm coming back, but my focus is going to be more tutorials, rumors, and news. That's great, man. That is free content into I get more money for reviews when I can. Yeah, I hear you. The thing about it, I still have this guy talking, and it's very annoying. Let me get his face out of there. Not that there's anything wrong with his face. I just, we're talking here. Yeah, the thing is I enjoy tech news, but I just feel like it's been the same shit over and over. I think some friends, they find it funny that I don't watch a lot of tech news or tech videos, or I know a lot of tech YouTubers because, well, one of the reasons I don't watch a lot of that is so I don't stay biased, right? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but when I used to watch more tech videos, it would be one person saying something and then the other person says the same thing, and it's just like, okay, like nobody has a real opinion here because they're just watching each other's videos, and it's like a big circle jerk. My opinion, obviously. But yeah, I still want to do tech stuff. I feel like I'm about to pivot what I'm doing. Kind of be more casual about myself, more casual like demeanor, and just, if people watch me, they do. If they don't, then big shit. What am I gonna do? So Will says they wanted the battery life to be realistic. You mean when it showed 2%? Is that what you're saying? Let's see. So Will says no, the updates. Oh, so they haven't even done it yet. Okay, so they just said. So they said the update's coming. Like they said the update was coming when they first found out it was an issue 5 months ago. Is that right? Am I right in saying that? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, Will says it's not fixed yet. Will, if you're available, check out our live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Man, I would love to make that live stream, but we have like if my team is my news team is interviewing Vermin Supreme tonight. Do you guys know who Vermin Supreme is? Let me pull up a picture of Vermin Supreme. So apparently he runs for president for I don't know how long here. Let's see. So, Vermin Supreme is an American performance artist and activist who has run candidate in various local states. So, here's a picture of Vermin Supreme. This is who my team is interviewing but like he's really popular. Apparently, he's been running for president. He's been running for president for I don't know how many last elections. But yes, they're interviewing him tonight after their main show. So at 7 p.m., which is 8 p.m. when you guys stream, like they're going to be interviewing him. If I'm not going to be in here, I'll see if I can make the stream. I'd love to. I really would. Will says, Jerome, no, the app still won't support it because the developers have to fix it on their end to support the face unlock. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And so even if they do, it's going to be some time before they do. Brian says, Google just doesn't commit to basic shit that we need. Yeah, I mean, unless apparently this mid-range phone, if the Pixel 4a probably will. It'll probably be a lot better. Developers don't care because Pixels don't sell well, so they aren't in any rush to update their apps because only the Pixels have secure face unlock on Android. Fair enough. Saksham Tawari asks, Jerome, what are your thoughts about HTC and their phone business at present? What's their future, if there's any? So the last HTC phone I had was the U11, I think. And it was a decent phone, but I felt like it didn't really differentiate itself from any other phone, right? Um I don't know. Part of me, it's weird because it's like HTC, LG. I feel like it's a lot of the same stuff. And then, so again, this is my opinion. Like, I get turned off with a lot of these phones because they don't have vanilla Android, right? I, I maybe I need to be more open minded and appreciate a different carrier trying to put a different skin on their phone, but it's hard for me. And I can't even remember what HTC's redeeming qualities were on their phones anymore. Was it their build quality? Because if I remember correctly, they had really nice build quality. I think that U11 I had that really shiny blue color. So I was like, that's cool. But I didn't think the camera was any better. I didn't think it was like worlds better than, what was going on with like the current flagship phones. I really don't know where they stand right now, business wise. I have kind of been out of that picture for a bit. Is there a reason you're wondering? Is there a certain HTC phone that you were looking at? Because maybe we can check it out. Just to see. Krishna, dang, what did I miss? You didn't miss much. I came in here like 5 minutes before I went live, and I had nothing prepared. So this is more of a casual stream. This is actually me kind of talking to you guys about how, yes, I love tech, but my channel might be pivoting very, very soon where I talk more than just tech. And if like you guys like it, cool. Like, I mean, I feel like you guys are here for me. I feel like we can come here, have a conversation about tech, and then maybe things that relate around it, maybe things that don't relate so much around it. And, if not, then it's cool too. Like, I'm not, it's all good, all good. So, Will says, LMAO vermin. Krishna says, yes, as a developer, I tried to push the face unlock thing to business and they weren't interested in adding it right now. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. Damn. Okay, so Will says bankruptcy for HTC. Actually, with everything going on right now, with businesses shutting down, people not buying stuff because just the whole coronavirus thing. There's a lot of. I feel like a lot of local businesses are going to go under. I heard that a lot of hotel workers were already getting laid off. And unemployment's on the rise right now. I mean, once they lay off all these people at hotels, I feel like airlines are next. And then I don't know, you just got to think about how the industry works, right? It's a domino effect, one after the other. So let's see here. Will says that was so aggravating when I had the Pixel 4. Agreed, which is why I kept using my iPhone 11 Pro, because I didn't want to open my bank app by typing my password in every time. Oh yeah. So build quality is what I was. So build quality for HTC, but yes, the boom speakers or the boom sound or whatever it's called. Is that what it was called? The boom sound speakers. That's such a weird marketing term for speakers. But yes, they had really good speakers. I think I remember. Yeah, they had two front-facing speakers. Correct. Where's HTC with that now? Are they? What's their newest phone? Because I haven't kept up. Yeah, they started the front-facing speaker game. They did. That's right. HTC isn't doing well, Brian says, but everyone caught up with that. Yeah, but most people still aren't doing the front-facing speakers, right? They're doing one front-facing speaker and then one bottom-facing speaker. But to me, lately, I feel like they sound really good. The iPhone 11 Pro speakers sound great. I think they're great speakers on a phone, especially when you need to use it in a pinch. Yeah, Krishna says, and the metal unibody design. Yeah, so they had good build quality. They had good speakers. Is that it? Didn't they have expandable storage too on their phones? I don't think they got rid of it, did they? I don't know. Sean, what's up, man? What's going on? Just to keep you up to date, this is more of a casual stream. I don't have a lot prepared, so not that I really had a lot prepared anyway, usually, but yeah, we're just saying what's up, saying what's going on. Brian says everyone's going to be bankrupt due to COVID-19. Dude, it's going to be a big mess. It's really going to be a big mess. Yeah, people are being furloughed. Exactly. Um, yeah, Will says, yeah, I'm glad I can still go to work. Yeah, but man, you in the industry you work in, Will, it's just be careful, please. G Boy 888, yo, what's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for making the stream. Appreciate you making it. Krishna says recession is the tsunami waiting behind this corona. It is. Like, and you know what, my news team says it really well. They say that this is just the beginning. Like, we're not even into the whole, because there's going to be such a huge effect after. Right now it's about making sure people are like healthy, or they're staying away, but what comes after that with that's why right now Trump and whoever, they're trying to do the UBI thing, right? They're trying to give people $1,000 a month because they know that this is going to cripple the economy. And if it does, especially think about all the people who can't even buy fucking toilet paper. Like, are you serious? The US, we can't. Remember when Trump was doing his bullshit in Puerto Rico, like trying to shoot like a 3 with paper towels, like making it a joke. Hello, look at where we're at right now. Like, it's a fucking mess. Like, this is sad. It's sad. It's just, but think about people who can't afford that right now because people have been hoarding it or whatever. When a lot of people are losing their jobs and they can't even afford the basic necessities, people are going to get upset. Things are going to happen. I don't know, man. Hold on to your hats. Okay. Will says HTC U12 Plus. Did I have the U12? I think it was only the U11 that I had. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Brian says what HTC needs are timely Android updates and original OnePlus prices. Somebody needs to come back in the game and like, you see these mid-range phones, right, that are coming out for $400 or $500. Somebody needs to come and say, no, I'm going to make a $500 phone with a Snapdragon 800. Not that they haven't done it, right? Xiaomi, I think, does it, or Realme, or whatever these other, I haven't kept up. But there are companies making Snapdragon 800 series phones with higher end specs for $500. Am I wrong in saying that? I don't think so. But are they available in the US? I think that's the question. Can you buy a high-end Snapdragon 800 processor for under 500 in the US? Or can you at least order one on Amazon so that it comes? I don't know. Will says, yeah, I swear someone has it or been exposed in my facility because now they're making us wear masks. Last week, they said we couldn't wear masks. You know what's funny about this? I was actually sharing this story yesterday. So I am part of another show, not on this channel, on my news org channel called Chicago Corner. And I was sharing the story because my mom's a nurse, right? For you guys that don't know, my mom's a nurse. And my mom's been like a NICU nurse. If you guys don't know what NICU is, that's for neonatal ICU. So for like the really sick babies. And she's been doing that for 35 plus years. But now she's also on the side, she's doing home health. So my mom will go into elderly people's homes to take care of them. And so now my mom's required to wear a mask, right? She has to wear a mask, and it's not that my mom is sick, and it's not even for my mom's protection, unfortunately, but it's so that she doesn't cough or breathe or whatever on an elderly patient. And my mom was telling me the story yesterday that she went into, one of these patients' homes, and the guy was livid. He was like demanding that she take the mask off. And my mom was trying to explain to him that she wasn't sick, fingers crossed, knock on wood, that she isn't, but she was trying to say that it was for his own good. I don't care. Take it off. Like, I think it made him feel uneasy, which I understand, but oh man, it's just, there's going to be a lot of crazy happening. Just, I said this on my last stream. This is where we have to like make sure we're good people and like understand that people are going to be in panic mode and things are going to be crazy and people might look silly, but yeah, I don't know. Just be careful, everybody. Sean says this is the longest march I've ever experienced. Yeah, man, it's not. What is it? It's March 20. March 20. G Voice says, "Yep, UBI. The people need money in their hands now." Yeah, and there's a lot of people, man. I just hopefully they pass it and people can get by. And I don't know. It's a scary time. Will says, "I wonder if Trump said Kobe like everyone else does when they shoot something in the trash." R.I.P. Kobe. Yeah, first of all, R.I.P. Kobe. But I don't know. Do you remember? You guys remember that clip, right? He's in Puerto Rico and he's just like throwing paper towels like a big joke. The guy's a big fucking joke. So, um, what Christian says, whatever happened to their super expensive HTC blockchain phone? How come I don't even remember this? Blockchain phone, really? I haven't kept up. Brian says people want to wear the mask, but there aren't any available. Yeah, they're just everything's I don't know. I don't know, guys. Just okay. So I have this other story from Talk Android. Samsung ups the ante with 150 megapixel cameras due in Q4 2020. Samsung doesn't take time off when it comes to their smartphone cameras. Okay, so I already have an issue with this sentence here. Samsung doesn't take time off when it comes to their smartphone cameras, but the current camera right now on the S20 has issues, does it not? I don't have one, but the only reason I know about a lot of these stories is because the tech chat that I'm in with like Will and Six, like they share these stories, and I sometimes see the titles. But am I not right in saying that? Isn't the Samsung S20 having issues with their cameras? So, okay, you guys are working on some new bigger sensor, which probably does nothing anyway, and you guys need to fix your shit. How come that's not something I say with Apple most of the time? Most of the time, I can't say that because everybody messes up here and there. But the 11 Pro has been solid, and I'm not sitting here saying Apple needs to fix their shit. It's not a thing that I've been saying. The latest rumor has Samsung developing a 150 megapixel sensor for some upcoming smartphones, and it'll be out sooner than you think. Samsung's debuted the industry's first 108 megapixel sensor. This is a dick measuring contest, guys. That's all it is. I mean, do you guys? I don't know if you guys follow me on my Instagram, but I am shooting with a DSLR that's almost 3 years old now. I think 3 or 3.5 years old. That has I don't even know. I think it's a 20 megapixel camera, and I get the best pictures out of that camera over any of my smartphones. So stop with this bullshit. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to have an S20 in my hands and do an actual photo comparison, which I would love to do. I would love to test it against my Pixel 4. I would love to test it against my iPhone 11 Pro, so I can say for sure how I feel about it, how my test results are. But I see this 108 thing. I see this 150 thing. It's like, get out of here. Are you kidding me? Like, no. It's for the people who don't know. It's for the people who walk into like a Verizon store and they're like, oh, but this one has a 150 megapixel camera versus this other one that only has 12. It's like, fuck out of here. Like, it just sucks because they use it as a marketing thing to convince people that that's the better phone. Like 4G and 5G. Oh, 5, but that's higher and it's a lot faster. Maybe it is lately. I don't know. I haven't checked. Okay, so Samsung's debuted the industry's first 108, blah, blah, blah. But they're not stopping there. They say it like it's this big thing, but they're not stopping there because everybody's talking about this 108 megapixel camera. That's the best camera ever, right? Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that because the S20 has 108 megapixels, it's the best camera out there. Who's saying that? Show me. Because I'm about to refute that. The new sensor is utilizing Samsung's nanocell technology, although with an upgrade. Here's the other thing too, right? All this hype about new camera, 100 times zoom, blah, blah, blah. It uses binning technology. Who's talking about it now? Who's talking about that binning technology now? No, because you're just looking at the two pictures and you're like, man, it looks the same. It looks like last year's phone. Am I right? I mean, could it be a little better? I'd love to see that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just ranting. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm really ranting. Okay. older sensors use a 4-in-1 setup where 4 pixels clustered, blah blah blah. This is this technology that they're talking about. You know what? If it was worlds above, if it was magnificent, I'd be like, great, everyone needs to start doing this. But from what I've seen, I don't think it's worlds above, right? I don't think if I showed two pictures to your everyday person, and if I asked them if there's one that's drastically better, would they say that? Would they pick the S20 and be like, man, that's the best mobile phone camera I've ever seen? Why would anyone buy any other phone? I don't think that's happening. I don't think it is, because I think there would be articles about it. So when exactly will it be available? Well, it looks like Xiaomi will be the first to use it with a phone in late 2020. So we should be snapping 150 megapixel photos on our phone in the last quarter of the year. Like, who cares? Who cares? Also, how much? Okay. But that also means that Galaxy S21 / Galaxy S30 should be adopting the better camera. Is it really better, guys? Is it? I haven't looked at chat yet, and I don't know if I'm about to get flamed or if people are agreeing with me. Qualcomm has recently stated they're working on a 200 megapixel sensor for smartphones as well. Why are we in this stupid race again with this megapixel bullshit? Why are we in this race, which will likely come into focus around the time that the Snapdragon 875 starts making the rounds? Expect some serious photography. Oh, okay. Heavy hit. Yeah. Serious photography, heavy hitters. Are you guys serious right now? The best camera, if I'm not mistaken, is my iPhone 11 Pro, which does not have a 108 megapixel sensor in it. Serious photography, I don't know. Maybe talkandroid.com is a bullshit website. I don't really know. I just found the article because it looked interesting. Okay. Let me go through the chats. Oh man, I was kind of ranting over there. So let me see. HTC M8 was my last. The speakers were great. I had that phone, right? Jerome, you had that phone? Yeah, it had good speakers. It's been a while. Yes, I know about the throwing toilet paper. My parents are Puerto Rican. Yeah, man, like total disrespect. Seriously, total disrespect. Krishna says, thought they said they're going to come back with a HTC Exodus 2, but no update since then. Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath. I mean, I don't know. Brian, stop with the megapixel Samsung, put the dual pixel AF back so it doesn't focus hunt. Yeah, that's right. They had focus hunting issues. Was that why? Because they don't have dual pixel autofocus on it? I didn't know that. The only Samsung S20 Ultra is the only one that's having trouble. Well, that's good to know, at least for autofocus. But it's also weird that the most expensive one is the one that's having the issues. So yeah, S20 has autofocus issues during video recording. Oh, there's an update, so that's good. I have seen the S20 Ultra having focus issues, no issues on the image processing side. S20 and S20 Plus are fine. That's good. Supposedly they're pushing an update now. So what? This update is just to fix the autofocusing? Everything else is good? I don't know. I'm legitimately asking. Saksham says they need to improve their 100 times space zoom feature even further. At present, it's horrible and nothing more than just a gimmick. So this is something that I've seen too. I think I read articles or seen articles where they were saying this 100 times zoom that they have is not all that it's cracked up to be. I'm guessing that other phones, I don't know if my iPhone 11 Pro has a six times optical, and I don't know what they have for digital, but I feel like it still works pretty well. I don't know though. I haven't tested it with 100 times space zoom, so yeah. Tech for Your Needs says the only Samsung S20 model that is having trouble with the camera is Ultra. I gotcha. Will says that's why I get mad about Android OEMs. They don't even let the last phone get old before they're basically telling you it's trash. Yeah, that's unfortunate. 100 times space zoom has too many buzzwords in it. Give me a decent 12 to 16 megapixel picture and I'm good. I mean, yeah, guys, like take it from someone that does a lot of that takes a lot of photos in a lot of different scenarios. There's a reason that my iPhone 11 Pro has been my go-to when I'm pulling just something out of my pocket, right? Like if I'm not using my DSLR, the iPhone 11 Pro is my go-to phone for mobile, for a point and shoot, not messing with settings, just like take a shot, you know. Um, Gary. Hey, Gary, welcome to the stream, man. Gary says Samsung has the best camera on a smartphone. Said, no, damn, buddy. Will says, show them to your average consumer. Show what? I don't. I know you're cracking. I know you're cracking on someone here, or your average consumer. But yeah. Where am I at? Oh, guys, you guys are. I don't know if I can go through all these chat things here. G Boy says, I can't wait till 1,000 megapixels. Oh my God. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Saksham says, the thing with Samsung is there's often a drastic and terrible difference between what they advertise and what their devices actually do. Like this is the thing that bothers me, man, because a lot of it is just marketing, and your average consumer, not the YouTuber, but your average consumer, uh, for the most part, after they get the phone, they're not going to notice these other things, right? They're not going to notice the differences. They just think they have the latest and greatest, and it's the best out there. But probably the phone that came out the year before, that's $400 less, probably does a better job, if not very similar, or to the point that they can't even tell the difference, right? That they can't. Krishna says computational photography is the future, and Google, Apple realized it. Very true. Samsung needs to stop showcasing their photography hardware and focus on their computational photography. Yeah, I don't know if they have anybody who's actually on that. Because if I remember correctly, Samsung's really good at smoothing skin and oversaturating pictures. That's what it sounds like to me. Gboy88. Oh, Christian's saying, yeah, the first gigapixel phone. Oh my God. Gary says Samsung will always win the numbers game, but it's about personal experience. Very true. And that's why, like, even though I tell you guys my opinion, how I feel about something, you guys don't have to agree with me, right? Like, I'm just giving you my thoughts on it. Everybody's going to have a different experience. That's the reason a lot of guys I know, they don't buy an iPhone 11 Pro. They're fine with their Android. They're fine with it because price is their determining factor. Price is their number one thing first, right? For everything else, oh, the display's fine. I can use YouTube fine. Yeah, I only take pictures here and there. So it's different for everyone. Will says Samsung wants to smooth your face. Yes, they do. Brian says it's probably for this 8K video recording, which probably has no stabilization, so it's pointless. Can I ask you guys, how many of you guys actually record in 4K? Do a lot of you guys record in 4K? And if you do, is it just because you do? I am still old school. Like, I'm still, when I do my higher production videos, I record them in 1080p. Part of that is also because I'm just putting it out on YouTube, and I don't think the quality is going to be that noticeable. But the quality that I put out on 1080p on my DSLR is pretty good. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know who uses 4K and who's using 8K. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use it, right? Like, this is newer technology. It's heavy on space, but if you have the space for it and you guys can actually tell the difference. Here's the thing, is like, I don't even own a TV anymore, guys. I don't own a TV. I don't have a 50-inch. I don't have a 60-inch. I use my phone. Before I go to sleep, I'm just laying in bed and I watch some shit on YouTube on my phone. Like, that's the honest truth. Maybe one day again, when I get an apartment and I make like real money again, maybe I'll go get a TV, but right now it's not my number one priority. And I'm still pretty happy with like the videos that I do make that are higher production. I think they're fine for me in 1080. Tech for Your Needs says people are always asking for a new toy every year. That's a problem trying to turn around a phone for the next model. It's not enough time in 1 year. When phones were released in 2 years, there were less problems. Yeah, you know what? It's their supply and demand. People want new stuff. It's weird though, because the more I think about it, I feel like the people who are only buying the newest phones, most people are reviewers, so they can make a video and then everybody can like bitch and moan about what phone is better. But yeah, I don't know. Will says, you're right, Tech 4. Nobody wants to zoom in and spy on their neighbors. You don't know that, Will. You don't know that your neighbor has it right now and he's spying on you right now, seeing what you're doing. Um, let's see. Will says everyone's going to be trading in their S20 Ultra when the Note 20 comes out. Can you imagine all the money they spend? The guys that do this stuff, that's crazy. Christian says they might be targeting nature photographers with their zoom, but that's a very limited crowd. For a day-to-day user, it's of no use unless there's a creep. I wrote that on Twitter. I said it's a perfect phone for like a creeper. but that's the thing though. Is that 100 times zoom really that effective? Is it that much better? Is it really doing 100 times zoom? I I need to get my hands on one of these phones just so I can try it out. Will says very niche. Will says the 8K wasn't good in the videos I've seen. So it's just a numbers game. Am I right? Am I right? G Boy says I record mostly in 1080. I do the same thing. Brian records in 4K, but has a 512 gig SD card. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I'm not trying to knock on people trying to use 4K or 8K or whatever. I mean, because eventually you will be showing it on your 352-inch screen TV. Am I right? I'm just fucking with you guys. Tech for your needs says I record everything in 4K unless I'm doing a vlog 1080p. Why though? Why do you bring it down to 1080 if you're doing a vlog? Or do you just not think the vlogs should be as high quality? I'm just curious. There's only wondering. Will says Google doesn't want you to use 4K on the Pixel. Why? Because of the battery? No, I know. I remember they were saying they were going to enable it, or maybe it's coming on an update. I feel like everything for the Pixel is coming on an update, even though it's already halfway through its life cycle. Oh God. G Boy says, would anyone like a every 2-year refresh on phones? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Um, Part of me sometimes feels like I would, because a lot of times, remember when, like, especially Apple, uh, their 2-year, every time they release a phone in 2 years, that's their big change. And so sometimes that one that's in between is kind of like meh. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I always want to see, for me at least, it's more about the camera. I just want to see how well a camera has been doing since its predecessor. But I don't know. I haven't seen the best. I don't know. People say the S20 has a good camera. I think I saw someone say it has the best front camera they've ever used. I feel like that might be kind of a stretch, but I don't know. I would really need to try it out. Will says it zooms in nice, but the photos don't look good. Then what's the point? What's the point if it can zoom in well and then the photos are shit? Like, what is the point? Will says this year is going to be called the Pixel 5 update. Krishna, phones, laptops, and TVs that we use to consume our data are mostly 1080p, unless you're super rich and own an 8K UHD Dolby Vision spaceship TV. You won't notice much difference. Yeah, man, most people don't know the difference. They really don't. They don't. Okay, so I'm just gonna I'm not going through all these stories today. These are just, again, I just kind of pull them up very last second. But let's see here. GameStop. So this is from Kotaku. This is a video game website. GameStop says we can stay open during lockdowns because we're quote essential retail. Okay, let me start over. This article, I'm just saying this in case I cut the video, but I've been very lazy and I haven't been cutting any videos. But I have this article from Kotaku, which is a gaming site, that says from GameStop, we can stay open during lockdowns because we're quote essential retail. If you guys don't know what they're trying to get at here, at least I haven't read this article, but essential retail is places like a grocery store or a place that has a pharmacy in it, so people can buy the essentials, right? For living, especially since we're on this whole lockdown coronavirus thing, recommending, some people are being forced to stay in their homes, whatever. GameStop saying, no, we can stay open because we're essential retail. No, Here I go again, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this is disgusting because you are putting people's. I'm like circling these two guys. These two guys' lives are at risk, but seriously, you are putting employees who work at GameStop, Games, GameStop, Game. You are putting these people who work at GameStop. You're putting their lives or other people's lives at risk. Again, there are people who might catch it and be asymptomatic. They might not notice any kind of like ill effects, but because it's so contagious, who knows who they're coming home to? Who knows who they can infect? Like that is so this is me seeing this is greed right here. These are people being greedy, saying no, we got to make sure we can still make some money. No. So the struggling video game retail chain GameStop told all of its stores this afternoon to stay open even in the event of state or city. Wow. So this is disgusting. In the event of state or city lockdowns to protect against the COVID-19 pandemic, emphasizing that it is, quote, essential retail alongside groceries and pharmacies. That's exactly what I was saying earlier, and should therefore be exempt from enforced closures. No. When was the last time you went to GameStop to go buy, I don't know, potatoes or toilet paper? Nobody, no goddamn buddy, nobody. Due to the products we carry that enable and enhance our customers' experience in working from. Are you kidding me? We believe GameStop is classified as essential retail and therefore is able to remain open during this time. No, this is awful. The retailer said in a memo to staff this afternoon. Whoever leaked that, thank you for leaking that, because these guys they should be getting shit for what they're trying to do. We have received reports of local authorities visiting stores in an attempt to enforce closure despite our classification. Store managers are approved to provide the document linked below to law enforcement as needed. This is sad. The document in question encourages police officers to call GameStop's corporate headquarters if they have a problem with this policy. The retailer said later this afternoon that it would be reducing hours, postponing all events, and suspending used game trade-ins until March 29th. Meanwhile, GameStop employees all across the United States have feared for their safety in the wake of the company's misguided responses to the COVID-19 crisis. Been with this company almost a decade, one told Kotaku this afternoon. This is indefensible. Yeah, this is pretty sad to see. I'm just seeing what. Yeah, I was just curious how the backlash would be. You're not essential retail. You're a luxury store. Luxury's pushing it. This is garbage. We're in a pandemic. By staying open, you're endangering your staff, your customers, and the rest of the general public. Yeah, disgusting. I just thought I'd share because I don't know. I feel like we need to bring this kind of stuff to people's eyes, right? Like we need to let people know who's being disgusting during times like this. So, Will, did you see that pic I posted in the chat with Janus Anus? That was the S20 front camera. I did. I responded to that, Will. I did. Janus Anus. Tech for Your Needs says filming in 4K vlogs takes more space. That's the reason I do them in 1080p. Fair enough. Saksham says my phone OnePlus 6 is about 2 years old now, and I still don't see any reason to upgrade. Maybe I'll use it for another year or two. A 2-year refresh cycle for phones is good. Yeah, Saksham, I have a OnePlus 6T, and I mean it's been a bit since I've used it. It's been maybe a couple weeks, but even just opening my OnePlus 6T and running through it, it's pretty smooth, man. It's still fast and it's fluid. And I was actually kind of surprised how well it was still working. So I hear you. Brian says GameStop's out of their minds. Yes, they are. Will says, LOL, this lady on Twitter works at Cricket, I think. And she said their boss let them decide to work or not. So she went to work. That's such a weird thing to give them the decision to work or not. It's like, yeah, you want to put your life at risk or other people's lives at risk, like go for it. I don't know. It's I just have weird feelings about it because I mean, you know, who am I to talk, right? I'm here at the studio right now. I literally made it here, walked past a couple other people here in the city to do this stream but I mean, I also work with my news org where we share like tips and whatever with coronavirus and just, yeah, I don't know. It's who am I to talk, right? So, Tech for Your Needs says filming in 4K vlogs takes more space. I'm more about the storytelling. That's me too. I'm more about the storytelling. That's the reason I film my vlogs in 1080p. Product reviews are a different story. I got you, man. I hear you. Krishna says if GameStop's going to do this, then they should change their selling prices to their buying prices. Yeah, man. I don't know. That it's disgusting that a company would try to kind of manipulate who they are and call them essential retail. When is a GameStop is not essential retail, guys. And you guys know that. I don't need to explain that to you. Okay, so I don't again, I'm not going to go through all of these. Apple restricts iPhone sales online in wake of coronavirus supply issues. What is restricts iPhone sales? Apple has placed a limit on the number of iPhones and other devices that can be purchased at once. Oh, are people trying to hoard them? As the coronavirus continues to impact the company's supply chain. Several products in Apple's online store are now restricted to 2 per transaction. Mashal confirmed Apple's AirPods are also limited to 2 at once. I guess so. They just don't have as much inventory, and so I guess they're just limiting supply. For most people, purchasing more than one iPhone at a time seems the sort of thing you do right before boarding your diamond-studded jet to your private tropical island. However, CNBC points out large families and people such as app developers may have legitimate need for multiple phones. Fair enough. China's iPhone sales fell by over 60% in February as the coronavirus reduced both demand and supply. Apple only reopened its 42 stores in mainland China last week, having begun closing them in January due to the health crisis. Yeah. All other Apple stores around the globe are closed, quote, until further notice. Yeah. Okay. There's not too much to go into that. So, this article from Android Central is talking about Android 11, everything you need to know. Here's the thing is like, I haven't even looked to see how Android 11's, what's been going on with them. I really need to get kind of back in the loop with some of this stuff. So this is going to be a new learning article for me. So this article from Android Central says last year's Android 10 update was a big shift for the operating system. Not only did we get the long-awaited dark mode and important changes to app permissions, Android 10 also marked Google's departure from dessert names and ushered in a new Android logo/brand. Android 10 was a year of growth and maturity for the operating system, and those same principles are being carried over to Android 11. Okay, let's see what... I'm not going to read all of that. Top 10 features. Okay. Again, I don't know much about Android 11. I haven't even turned my Pixel 4 on in a minute. So the top 10 features so far for Android 11, lots of improvements for messaging. Really? They're going to use Hangouts for their reading through Google. I feel like this is the wrong picture here. Why is this not Android messages and why is this Hangouts? Reading through Google's initial press release for the first Android 11 developer preview, it's obvious that this update is doing a lot to improve Android's messaging experience. In fact, there are 3 core updates that should make a big difference in your day-to-day use. First on the list, we have chat bubbles. Similar to what Facebook's offered for years, I don't like chat bubbles. I think they're very annoying. The last thing I want is somebody's chat bubble popping up on the front of my phone. It's just, that's what notifications are for, guys. Like, I don't need a chat bubble for it. Similar to what Facebook's offered for years with its Messenger app on Android, chat bubbles in Android 11 will hide your ongoing conversations in little bubbles on the side of your screen. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't know. I don't know if that's something I want. You can move bubbles around and tapping on them will reveal that specific conversation. The Bubbles API is being made available for all messaging apps, with Google encouraging developers to adopt it. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a good thing. Again, I'd have to see it to really, give a thumbs up or thumbs down. In another effort to make sure you can get your messages as quickly as possible, Android 11 introduces a dedicated conversation section in your notification shade that'll offer instant access to any ongoing conversations you have. In theory, this should help make your messages stand out from other notifications. Hold on. Why am I not understanding this? In another effort to make sure you can get to your messages as quickly as possible, Android 11 introduces a dedicated conversation section in your notification. Oh, okay. so you can have an ongoing conversation in your notification shade. Is that right? I don't know. Speaking of messages and notifications, Android 11 makes it possible to send images when replying to a message directly from the. Oh, I've seen that. Well, it's pretty cool. Looking back on Android 10, one of its highlights was its improved handling of app permissions. Android 10 gave users more control over applications and what they could access, and Android 11 keeps this train rolling with a wonderful new addition. Now, when an app asks for permission to use sensitive features like your location, microphone, or camera, you can choose to only grant it access on a one-time basis. The app will be able to use that permission during that instance of you using the app, but as soon as you leave it, the permission is revoked. That's cool. Okay, getting ready for 5G, getting Android ready for 5G. But essentially, it allows phones to take full advantage of all the power 5G brings. That power is not here yet, so I'm going to move forward on that. You can flash Android 11 on your phone, but you shouldn't. Why shouldn't you? First of all, furthermore, the purpose of this initial developer preview is so developers can start working with the new Android version and get their apps ready for its final release. In other words, it's not meant for regular use on your daily. I don't know. I mean, I've used the developer preview and I've enjoyed them. So just know that it's going to be buggy. I don't know that you shouldn't use it. I mean, if you know how to flash, you should know how to put it back, right? So I don't know. That's a weird thing to say here. Okay. So Android 11 may technically be available right now, but we have a ways to go before it's ready. So once May rolls around, the first public beta will be made available and see 2 subsequent updates that focus on platform stability. Yeah. I thought there were 10 things. Am I not? I swear that wasn't 10 things. Whether you want to mess with Android 11 in its preview form or just make sure you get the update as soon as it's pushed out later this year, the Pixel 4 XL is the phone for you. It's true that battery life isn't amazing, but if you can get by with day-long endurance, there's a lot to like here. Not only with the Pixel, it sounds like an ad for the Pixel 4. Or the Pixel 4 XL. Okay. Anyway, Android 11, guys. Android 11. Let me see here. Brian says my Pixel 4 is in hibernation. Yeah, I need to get it out of hibernation. I need to kind of mess with some of my other phones and kind of see what's been going on with them. Android 11 DP2 is like Android 10s. Don't expect overhauls. Yeah, so like a nice refresh or a nice update at its current stage is like Android 10. Yeah, don't expect overhauls. No, Jerome, conversations are grouped separately in the notifications panel, and you can mark them as important if needed. And so kind of like pinning a conversation, so it's always at the top. You know what does that? I don't know if that's what you mean, but I was gonna say, you know what does that? Telegram does that. I've just been using Telegram for all my messaging lately. Yeah, I just FYI. Speaking of Telegram, I was thinking of opening a Discord. And I know I don't have a big group, like it's not, but I was thinking of having a Discord where people could just talk and share shit. Even like post stories that maybe I can post up for TNT Joe-Fi. If that's something that you guys think would be interesting, let me know and maybe I can start one. So let's see here. Christian says it's stable enough for a developer, but not for a day-to-day user. There's some bugs. Yeah, it's always going to be buggy. I mean, that's for sure. Telegram for the win. Yes, I agree. I fucking love Telegram. I use it exclusively at this point. Oh yeah, why did I actually wanted to pull this up because it was also a maybe we'll and this was just this is a more political thing, but I think I pulled up a bunch of this stuff. Yeah. So I'm not gonna go deep into this, but just FYI, just to call out some dick bags, because this guy's one of them. A lot of these guys who knew that the coronavirus was going to be a big issue, and they knew that there was going to be an economic collapse, they sold their stock. They sold a bunch of their stock, right? So they wouldn't lose money. So they pretty much heard word about it, sold all their shit, and like I know they're gonna be people that would be like, well, Jerome, wouldn't you do the same thing? Well, No, for one, because I don't have stock, and I think stock is just, I don't know. I feel weird about greed in that kind of capacity. Like it rubs me the wrong way. I have nothing. I have nothing against people making money, but when people are doing it for like this is shitty. Like this guy should go to jail for it. This guy should get what, but most people don't. You know, they're gonna go arrest someone because they got weed in their car, and they're gonna put them in jail for X amount of years. But a dude like this is gonna get away with it, right? It just, I don't know. I'm not gonna go through this. It bothered me when I saw it. I'm like, I just want to mention it anyway. Moving on. Camera. So, oh, God, it's Talk Android again. Isn't this the article I was bitching at earlier from this website? Camera Go is a better camera app for Android Go smartphones. Have you guys used Camera Go? I've never used Camera Go. Uh, I also am not very familiar with Android Go smartphones, but I figured I'd read and see what it's about. Google's announced a new camera app specifically for Android Go smartphones. This continues Google's trend of pushing more lightweight, simpler versions of their apps to lower cost devices, making Android even better on smaller budgets. Okay, so Camera Go, with Android Go officially crossing the 100 million device threshold, it's a big part of Google's mobile ecosystem. But just because the devices are more affordable doesn't mean people aren't still taking tons of pictures with them. And that's where Camera Go comes into play. Is it like a light version of the camera app so that it doesn't use a lot of resources? Because I would imagine Android Go phones, right? They're on the lower end of performance. The app's been built from the ground up to integrate into Android Go, so it's not simply just a filter with some small tweaks for cheap phones. You're getting an interface specifically designed for Android Go phones, and the modes in the app mirror what's available on a Pixel. You're getting a photo mode, video mode, translation mode, and portrait mode. Yep, that means Android Go gets a taste of portrait mode shots, which is usually reserved for higher end devices. That's cool. You'll find Camera Go first on the Nokia 1.3, a device that typically runs around $100 and should launch next month. It'll be available for more Android Go over the next few months, joining things like Files Go and other lightweight apps out of Android's ecosystem. We found Android Go devices to be hit or miss, but when they hit, they're really fantastic additions to the smartphone landscape without costing a ton of money. Do any of you guys, have you ever used an Android Go phone? I haven't. $100 is super cheap for a phone. And like, so these apps like Camera Go and these other lightweight apps, can you actually use them on like more heavy, like performing flagship smartphones? I mean, I'm not saying that you should. I'm just wondering if they're any good or they're better. I don't know. Karen. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Karen, hey, welcome to the stream. I have no idea what you're saying here, man. And I know I know you've spoken to me in English before. So, but what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. Just FYI, this is a much more casual stream today. I really had nothing prepared. I'm just kind of going through a couple stories. Anyway, thanks for making it, man. Appreciate you coming by. Okay, so this article from 9 to 5 Google, the Nokia 8.3 goes official with 5G enabled Snapdragon 765G, 6 gigs of RAM, and more. Is this phone super skinny or is it just the image? Okay, no, it looks normal. MHD Global has now officially unveiled its first 5G enabled handset in the form of the Nokia 8.35G. Officially announced alongside a small collection of affordable and mid range devices, the Nokia 8.35G will support a far wider range of 5G bands around the globe for even easier roaming, something we wouldn't suggest right now. The latest flagship Nokia, so this is their flagship, will come with some impressive internals, including a Qualcomm 765G, so not an 800 series, 6 or 8 gigs of RAM, and 64 to 128 gigs of internal storage. How much? It features a 6.81-inch display with an upper left punch hole. Okay. All-day battery, 4,500 milliamp hour battery. So it has a Zeiss certified PureView camera, which bears an uncanny resemblance with Captain America's shield. Is it that? Okay. It comes with a 64 megapixel main sensor, 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, 2 mega. Okay, how much is this phone? Sorry, guys. I just want to know how much this phone costs. Oh, that looks kind of cool. I like that color. it's still expensive, 650, and then 695 for 8 gigs. That's still an expensive phone. For some reason I thought it was a lot cheaper. The Nokia 5.3 will retail for $205. But yeah, but I don't know anything about the 5.3. This is the 8.3. Huh. I don't know. I haven't used a Nokia phone in forever. I'm so like far behind on what these new phones are coming out with. I'm so far behind on that. Um, Christian says they're slow, but not unusable slow. Go apps are lightweight and run fast, but Go phones are a piece of shit. Okay, good to know. Thanks, Krishna. I appreciate you sharing that with me. Saksham says Nokia phones are overpriced for the specifications they offer. Yeah, man. At first I thought I was like, oh man, like look at these specs. These specs are pretty good. And then what was it? $650? Like, goddamn, that's way more than I thought. This is OnePlus territory here, and it's OnePlus is going to have an 800 Snapdragon in it. Krishna says they use mid-range chipsets and have Android One on them. Don't get the very cheap ones. Oh, it has Android One though. Still though, 650 is a lot. Still a lot. Okay. What else do I have? Oh, okay. Because of the coronavirus, YouTube follows Netflix by reducing video stream quality in Europe. It also launched a hub dedicated to verified coronavirus coverage. YouTube is joining Netflix in reducing streaming quality in Europe to reduce strain on the internet. I mean, it's a good thing, right? We're making a commitment to temporarily switch all traffic in the EU to standard definition by default. On top of that, the Alphabet company has also launched a hub in 16 countries dedicated to verified factual stories about the coronavirus outbreak. I think I mentioned this on my last stream too. Misinformation is a big issue right now. Even my friends were sending me text messages that they were screenshots of text messages, just like people saying, declaring like everything was going to be locked down and make sure you have like a month's supply. And it's like, that's the kind of shit that induces panic, man. And I don't know why people do stuff like that. I don't know if they think it's funny or whatever. I don't know. Most countries in Europe have introduced confinement measures to slow the spread of COVID-19. Sorry guys. That means folks working at home or kids taking classes via teleconferencing will be using bandwidth hungry services like Skype or Zoom. Yeah, I wonder how much bandwidth has changed now that a lot of people aren't going to work or they're working from home and they got to do stuff like video conferencing. Actually, I think I saw an article where like work apps, like I use Slack with my Newsori, and I heard there was a bunch of new users joining. I think Zoom's going to probably have it's a weird effect, right? People are going to download a lot more things like video teleconferencing apps because a lot of people are at home instead of working, wherever they work at. So let's see here. So they're lowering quality. So people, to keep the internet running smoothly, right? Yesterday, Netflix became the first major streaming platform to reduce video stream bit rates. Over the next 30 days, it's promised to reduce its footprint by around 25% by reducing bit rates across all our streams in Europe. Okay. Meanwhile, France has asked Disney to delay the launch of Disney Plus to ease infrastructure loads. Fair enough. Possibly because kids stuck at home might binge on that content. So did they say they would though? No, it doesn't look like it said yes or no. However, so daytime traffic has increased up to 60%. Wow. However, it's still only around half the average evening peak and nowhere near the 17.5 terabytes per second we have proved the network can handle. That's a lot of bandwidth. YouTube has also launched a dedicated hub on its homepage to promote authoritative content. We want everyone to have access to authoritative content during this trying time. We're working closely together on COVID-19 response efforts. We're helping millions of people stay connected while also jointly combating fraud and misinformation. Yeah, this misinformation thing is big, and I'm glad to see them kind of tackle that because I think that's important. Conspiracy theories and fear-mongering are dangerous at any time, but during a pandemic, they can be fatal. I think they can be fatal anytime. But yes, I agree. Multiple coronavirus hoax videos have already gone viral, including one calling the virus a Chinese bioweapon. God, and another stating that 5G radiation. Oh, yeah, that's right. Did you guys see that? They were saying that 5G, someone said 5G was the reason that coronavirus happened. I don't know where that came from. Don't know who makes these things up, man. Um, I don't know. Okay. So far in France, I've yet to see the reduced video speeds or the hub, but I expect they should come along soon. Yeah. So, okay. What else do I have here? Tech companies could face more pressure to share location data with governments to fight coronavirus. I think I touched on this too. I think Israel or Palestine. I think it was Israel. They were allowing people to follow them. So whoever had coronavirus, I think they had authority to follow their phone so they could see where they're going. And I don't know. Again, that's weird for me because it's very invasive. But I also understand wanting to contain it. Yeah, I don't know. So I think these are all throttling videos. I think this is the senator selling stuff. YouTube joins Netflix and reducing video quality. Yeah, these are all. Oh, Instagram experiments with disappearing text messages. The feature will erase your conversation after you exit the chat window. You know what else deletes your text messages? Telegram. I mean, it's a feature. You don't have to use it, but I'm just Telegram doesn't pay me, guys, but I like using Telegram. In the future, oh, so it's not even a thing yet. You may be able to send ephemeral messages. Ephemeral? The fuck does ephemeral mean? Lasting for a very short time. Why don't I get using big words, but why in the future you may be able to send very short message. I don't know why I'm getting hung up over that. Ephemeral. I'm never going to use that word. Through Instagram the way you can on Snapchat. The Facebook-owned platform is working on a disappearing text messaging feature which clears the chat box whenever you leave it. App researcher Jane Man-Chun Wong discovered the capability hidden in the Android apps code, while TechCrunch was able to confirm with a Facebook spokesperson that the company is developing the feature. Do you guys use disappearing text messages? And if you do, is there a reason other than like you got a side piece? Because I just don't. I'm kind of weirded out about why you would use it. I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me. Instagram has been experimenting with disappearing messages for quite a while now. That's back in 2018, for instance, it rolled out a feature that lets you control how a recipient can view a photo or a video from the Instagram direct camera. I don't use DMs much in Instagram. I don't know. You can decide whether to allow them to view it only once, to give them the capability to replay it for a period of time, or to leave a permanent thumbnail of it in your chat box. If this particular feature ships in the form Wong unearthed, then you'll find yourself in a dark mode messaging window when you start an Instagram direct conversation. The window clears up after participants exit it, and there's no way to reread what you wrote in the past. A thread always appears empty when you reopen the chat box. Here's a demo of it in its current version. Let's look at this demo. But we are now in disappearing message mode. When we are back, these messages will be gone. Why does this? It's like an episode of Mr. Robot. Voila, disappeared. Interesting. Hello. Hey, Daniel. I'm live streaming, but I'm going to be ending it in a minute. Oh, you are? Thanks for watching. Yeah, just no, well, I was gonna say it's just a casual live stream, but you're watching it, so yeah, so disappearing text messages, guys. There you go. Wait a minute. So someone in chat, hold on. Mid-range chips, low-end chips are terrible. Brian says, yeah, I bought a visible plan to have Verizon and T-Mobile. Who knows how ISPs will do? Will's on visible. Krishna says ephemeral. That's what she said. Sorry, guys, couldn't hold it back. Very nice. Okay, so Will says that's the point of it, Jerome. Sending those things you don't want your wife to see. Well, I'm not married, so you have some explaining to your wife to do, or not, I guess. Six says, so no sliding into Jerome's DMs. Six, you can slide into my DMs, bro. It's all good. Just sounds so wrong. Okay. Let me just go through these real quick. I don't know what else we have. How we're keeping fit while working from home. Actually, here's the thing I want to talk about. We'll talk about this real quick. Now that COVID-19 coronavirus has pretty much taken me out of the gym, I've been having a hard time like working out. Today I went for a walk because it wasn't raining for like the first time in 3 days, but I found myself in an empty parking lot doing sprints, looking like an idiot. Like, but there's nothing I can do. I don't have weights at home, so I can't lift. And that's what I prefer doing. Like, I hate doing cardio, but I don't know what this article is about. Body weight workout. I don't know. I have you guys, for you guys that work out, are your gyms still open? And if not, are you guys doing anything, or are you just giving up? Part of me was like, I'm just going to give up for the next 2 weeks and just like order pizza every day and just lay on my couch. But that's not the best idea. Can't do it. Okay, so these are just like workouts that you can do from home. I mean, maybe I'll take a look. I don't know why these images are so weird. I think maybe it's their staff. Oh, it's their staff. Maybe. Okay. So, yeah. So I don't know. Okay, what else? Yeah, buffering. We've talked about this. Autonomous driving still isn't a reality in 2020. And it's getting people killed. That's not a surprise. I'm not really going to go through this, guys. I'm about to end this stream, just FYI. YouTube goes, yeah. So streaming. Why do I have this from SanDisk launches max endurance micro SD cards, 3 to 15 years warranty. Oh. Well, how much is it? Those prices look backwards. Where are the prices? Oh, right here. $85 for 256 gigs. That's kind of a lot. But 3 to 15 years warranty. I am just curious because I use a micro SD card for my DSLR, which actually I think I lost it. I couldn't find I was trying to take a picture today and I pulled my DSLR out and my micro SD card wasn't in it. And I was like, fuck, where did I put it? And I have spares and I don't know where I put my spares either. So I don't know. Let me see this. Recorded that. What did you record? What did I say? I already forgot what I said. 6. God damn it. I guess you're going to have to remind me. So let's see. 6 says I'm just hitting the bag. That's one of the reasons I don't depend on gyms. I don't have a bag though, man. And you're supposed to teach me how to box, bro. Will says mine's closed. I've been walking. Yeah, that's about all I'm doing right now. Christian says gyms are closed and working out from home is too tough. So you're not doing anything? Part of me just wants to do nothing, but I can't let myself go like that. It's just, I can't do it. Okay, guys, I am gonna kind of end the stream here. You know what, the one thing, and I don't know how many of you guys popped in before I said it, but my channel is about to change. I do love talking about tech. I will always talk about tech, and I'll probably have like, I need to get back into making higher production videos, and I plan on doing that. But tech news isn't as exciting as it used to be for me, and I kind of want to start involving other things that I'm interested in. So fitness is something I'm interested in, and it's not like you're going to see me wearing like a leotard working out, because that's never going to happen. But I do want to talk about like how I take care of myself, what apps I use. Like, I feel like that's tech related. And it's kind of weird because like I said on my last stream, like I lost almost 70 pounds in 5 months. And I kind of want to share how I did that. And I did that through fasting, and that's for another time, but like it might start coming out next week. But what I do is like, I'll fast for like 2.5 days, 3.5 days, sometimes longer. And then I will eat the shit out of shit. I will eat a lot. And I was actually thinking of creating a channel where I talk about how long I fasted for, Like here's a perfect example. I'd be like, I haven't eaten in 125 hours, which would be, I don't know, 4 days, I think. Um, and so that would be a video of me saying I haven't eaten in X amount of hours. I lost this much weight. And right now you're going to watch me break my fast by eating 2,000 calories of something. And that would be a video. I don't know how well it's going to do. I don't really care. I just, I got to do what makes me happy, and like fasting and taking care of myself and whatever, and eating like a pig sometimes is enjoyable for me. And talking about tech and taking pictures in Chicago, and I'm about to mix all of that stuff in. So you guys can come for that ride. If not, like, I still love you guys, and I'm very glad that I'm still able to create a fan base, that you guys come in and enjoy, like checking my show out. And like, I need to start cutting these up. I need to start making other higher production vids, and I'm trying to work on that. So hang tight, guys. We're hold on. So Six says, "Oh, you'll see on Telegram, but I'll never." Sean, LOL. Krishna, six pack, dude. You know what? If I could get a fucking six pack, I would. But that's like, that is far and dude. I dropped 70, and like, I don't know if I'll ever get there, but that would be an awesome goal. Brian with the $2 super chat. Brian, thank you so much, man. Brian says Jerome Ortega channel change fund. Brian, man, I appreciate you so much. Guys, I appreciate all you guys, but Brian, like, I always have to give props to Brian because he's always here. He comments, he joins the streams, and he sends super chats, which is just, I'm very thankful, Brian. So thank you. Thanks so much. To everyone else, again, thank you guys. Karen says, hey man, I'm just here listening. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by. That means a lot to me. So thank you for coming by. For everyone else, yeah, so things are going to change up, and you might start seeing those changes either later this week. You can learn more about me too. Like, you can check my shit out if you haven't on Instagram. Look for me at Phone Jerome, Twitter at Phone Jerome. I'm pretty active on both, and I'm going to say this again, but like, I got to start working on my Patreon. I think that is going to be my catch-all place for everything about me is going to be on Patreon. I'm going to start cutting these clips up too, so people can, find specific videos about what I'm talking about. I might go off on the whole like Samsung 150 megapixel bullshit thing. I might cut that up so people can see that and whatever. But anyway, guys, thank you so much again. Thank you for the support. Krishna with the $2 super chat. Six pack ones. I can't buy a six pack, guys. That's not how it works. But thank you, Krishna. Thanks so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. You can say six pack fun. I will promise you, I am working on it. I'm gonna get there. I don't know how soon, but like, that's what this channel's for now. Like, I'm going to start talking about it. I'm going to start putting that stuff in. So we'll see. All right, guys, I will see you guys soon. Brian, what did Brian say here? I got the $100 for coming in. BYOD, bring your own device for visible. Oh, okay. You guys are talking about that. Krishna meant beer. maybe. Yeah, Daniel, small keg fund. Maybe. All right, guys. Yeah, Krishna's in Chicago. Krishna, man, we got to grab a beer one day. You got to hit me up. Okay, I'm going to end it here, guys. Thanks again so much for joining. Sunday, me and Mike are doing the standard. Man, I got to catch up with Mike. I haven't seen him in a bit. I think he's been real busy lately. Mike is Simply Your Device. If you guys haven't noticed or haven't seen me, we stream Sundays at 8 a.m. Central, which is going to be really hard for me to start waking up at that time because I've been waking up late lately. But yeah, Sundays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. So you'll see me on Sunday. Maybe if I can, I'll put a video out in between. Yes, we'll talk soon, guys. Thank you so much again. Thank you for the super chats. Brian, Krishna, appreciate it. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'm talking a lot. I'm hitting the end broadcast button now, and it's about to end. Bye.